Hi, my name's Neil Davies with SSCA. I'd like to talk to you about this year's Bahamas gathering and a potential rally from the Gulf Coast area to the Bahamas. The plan is to leave Pensacola early January. The rally would be open to all boaters, but please consider joining SSCA. We've planned the rally to be flexible so that you could leave or join the rally at various points according to your schedule. We plan lots of camaraderie and social gatherings along the way, with land-based and water-based support where possible, weather reports, possible discounts along the way, and tracking via SSCA's website. For the journey, we plan to depart the Pensacola area in early January, largely coastal cruising, short legs when possible, and the destination would be Black Point in the Exumas, where we have a 4-day party at Lorraine's Cafe and Bakery. It's been a fantastic event every year we've had it so far. Here's some contact information, and I'll repeat this at the end of the video. We hope you'll join us. I'd like to talk now a little bit about the journey. As I said, it would be largely coastal along the coast of Florida, headed towards the Bahamas. Our chosen departure point is Pirates Cove on the Florida-Alabama line. We could potentially have a party at Pirates Cove Bar and Grill or a Point Yacht Club. From there, we'd move on to Fort McRae, which is a very protected anchorage near the Pensacola Pass. Our first leg would take us out of Pensacola, across the Gulf, headed towards Panama City, just under 100 miles. And there's also ICW options for smaller boats and boats with lower mast heights. From Panama City, we continue on a short leg towards Cape San Blas. Cape San Blas is a wonderful anchorage near the end of the Cape, and there's also a marina at Port St. Joe. From this point, I would recommend heading along the ICW towards Apalachicola. There's certainly an offshore option as well, but the ICW offers a wonderful wildlife experience. I call it the Amazon of the Forgotten Coast. The journey takes us along the Apalachicola River and crosses Lake Wemico, where there's lots of wildlife viewing opportunities. Apalachicola, a wonderful little fishing village. There's an anchorage on the river and several marina opportunities. From Apalachicola, we'd head along the inside of St. George Island, a short distance towards Dog Island, where there's a wonderful anchorage, and also marina possibilities in the nearby town of Carabel. From here, we'd embark upon the longest leg of the trip, which is across the Big Bend area. The trip would take us from Dog Island towards Clearwater. Again, for power boats or smaller boats, there are opportunities to go coastal with stops in Steinhatchee and a couple of other small towns along the way. There are anchoring opportunities at Anclote Key and many marina possibilities in the Clearwater area. From Clearwater, we'd take a leisurely trip around and into Tampa Bay area. Again, great social opportunities. We've been offered facilities at the Tampa Sailing Squadron. There's also the St. Pete's Municipal Marina and St. Pete's Yacht Club. So the Tampa St. Pete's area would make a great place for another mini social gathering. Continuing south, our next stop would be Venice. Venice has dock opportunities and a couple of small anchorages. From the town of Venice, we continue on offshore, or again with ICW opportunities towards Cayo Costa and Pelican Bay. Pelican Bay is a nice anchorage, and there are plenty of other potential places to stop on the inside between Pelican Bay and Fort Myers. There's also a large mooring field at Fort Myers. Our next proposed stop would be the town of Naples. Naples is a great sailing town with 2 yacht clubs and a very nice municipal marina. Lots of bars and restaurants, so it'd make a great place to have a mini social gathering for those that decide to stop in Naples. Our journey from Naples will continue on towards Marco Island. Marco Island has a nice anchorage in Factory Bay with several marinas, and is a good place to get some provisions or fuel before the trip down towards the Keys. Towards the Keys, there's a potential stop at Cape Sable. The anchorage at Cape Sable is not very well protected, so it's certainly a calm weather stop. But there's a nice anchorage off the beach. Well, there's also an anchorage in the Snake River, but that does tend to get rather buggy at certain times of the year. The other option is to just continue on and make a long sail on down towards the Marathon area. In Marathon, of course, there's the Boot Key Harbour, Municipal Marina, large mooring field, several other marinas, and anchoring possibilities. At this point, we're getting pretty close to our staging point for the Bahamas jump. Marathon makes a good area to grab last-minute provisions and also to hang out for any inclement weather. Boot Key Harbour is one of those places that you either love or hate. You've got to visit it once. But it does make a good place for some final staging and provisioning before heading out towards the Bahamas. Our next leg would take us to Rodriguez Key. There's a route on the outside, or you can go on the inside via the ICW, cutting through at Snake Creek, which is a bascule bridge. Rodriguez Key does not provide a lot of protection, but it's a good staging area, ready for the trip to the Bahamas. The trip across the Bahamas can generally be done in daylight hours, heading into Bimini and clearing in at Alice Town. By this time, I think small groups of buddy boats will have assembled, and each group can figure out their own way through the Bahamas chain to head down towards Black Point in the Exumas. Here's a route that we like to take, which goes across towards Eleuthera and then cuts across the Exumas. March 15 is the start date for the festivities at Lorraine's Bakery and Cafe in Black Point, Exumas. This has been a wonderful event the last 2 years that we've had it, with over 65 boats assembling at Black Point. Lorraine puts on a great party with dinners, barbecue on the beach, activities throughout the day, DJ, band, entertainment. It's just a wonderful event. We hope you'll consider joining us, and also consider the rally as a possible way to make it to the Bahamas. We also have a similar rally planned, leaving from the Chesapeake area, again to assemble at Lorraine's for the Bahamas gathering, starting on March 15. We hope to see you there. Thank you for watching our video.